Yeah, you're right.
Yep. But let's move on to the third fight of the card, which is the very first title fight. Here we got a women's flyweight championship matchup between Valentina Shevchenko going up against Jessica Andrade. Shevchenko is 20-3, is the minus 400 favorite, and then Jessica Andrade is 21-8 and is the plus 310 underdog. What do you see with this fight?
Those numbers are huge, man. The difference is crazy. This is a great matchup between two dangerous fighters. We all know that Valentina has walked through everyone in the flyweight division. She's riding a six-fight win streak with her last loss coming to Amanda Nunes, and I believe that was a split decision. And a lot of people think she might have got that nod. Valentina is a fighter who can finish the fight in a variety of ways and isn't afraid to go to the ground. She seems unstoppable at this point in her career. And then in walks Jessica Andrade, coming off a huge win from her fight against Chukagian, who was her first test from stepping up to flyweight from strawweight, and took on the number one contender and beat her in dominant fashion. With this fight, I see Andrade being the most dangerous fighter that Valentina has faced since Joanna in 2018. Now that was before. That was before, after the Nunes fight. Andrade has a brawling style, whereas she just puts her head down and starts throwing, kind of like Jimmy Crute. But she's also got the strength to wrestle. Valentina is a whole other monster, though. I think this fight's going to go to distance, but I see Valentina winning this fight. And at the end, I think this forces a rematch with Amanda. I think that's the next fight for Valentina. She's dominating her division. There aren't any competitors stepping up to this. I know you might feel a different way, and I'm curious to see where you went with this one. But I think if she wins this, the next step is Amanda Nunes again at 135.
Yeah, like the way I see this fight is that it's going to be very good. You got Valentina Shevchenko. Her nickname is Bullet for a reason because she's very fast with her hands and her legs. She likes to use her distance. Like she comes in, hits you, comes out, it leg kicks you. She can do a little bit of everything. She's very quick, and then that's how she trains. She trains with her speed. She knows that if she gets you and then keeps you at bay and you can't get close enough to her, how are you going to beat her? Because she has that advantage with her reach advantage with her legs and her hands. Like it's crazy how she can just reach you and then you got to get inside of her to get near her. Whereas, just like you said, Jessica Andrade, she's tough as shit. Like she beat Caitlin and then she beat Rose Namajunas before. No, she lost to her, but she has beaten her, and that's why she moved up. She wants to get a little bit of that speed back, and what she's seen going into this fight that she thinks she has advantages is she watched that Jennifer Maia fight the last time Shevchenko fought and noticed a glaring weakness with Shevchenko, and it was the wrestling. When Jennifer Maia was able to get in there, she was easily able to take down Shevchenko with ease. The thing, though, with Maia was she wasn't able to keep Shevchenko down for that long. The difference with Maia and Andrade is Andrade has that physical strength on her side. She'll be able to take her down and keep her down because she has muscle and she has that training. She's trained to keep people down when she wants to get them down and then grapple. If she can keep the fight on the ground for a good period of time, she can steer rounds just by doing that. She can lay on there, do a little bit of damage, wear Valentina Shevchenko out, and then it'll be crazy to see what she'll be like later in the third, fourth, fifth round when she has already been on the ground and worn out a little bit. We have to see how her speed is then, because we've never seen that before. Even with the Nunes fights, they were basically all standing up, so they both were just trained shots. With this one, I think that Andrade, her path to victory will be the wrestling and then the ground and pound, just wear her out. And I feel like and Jessica Andrade is going to win this by unanimous decision. It could be a split decision. It could be. I think that she could steal this, but in order to do that, she has to get inside and get her down, which usually Shevchenko is pretty good at defending that and keeping that away by her kicks and her and her jabs. That's what she does to defend against it, to keep her fighters at bay. But Andrade's the type of woman that doesn't affect her that much. She'll get hit, but she'll keep coming in there and she'll shoot and get that takedown. She just needs to keep her down. Because if she can't, then this is going to be a long fight for Andrade, and Shevchenko will have her way. But if she can do it, like I think she will, she'll be able to pull off the upset.
Wow. You need to put some money down on this fight. Look at those numbers, man. If you're going with Jessica Andrade, you need to put some money down. I look at Valentina Shevchenko, and I see a real-life Black Widow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like a ballerina who's got a gun tattoo, and she's just a killer. She's a superhero, and I don't see Jessica Andrade winning this fight, but she's a beast too. You know what I mean? You see what she did to Rose that first fight.
Yes.
Almost decapitated her with that slam. You know what I mean? But the blueprint's out on Jessica too. She's been beat by people who Valentina has dominated, like Joanna. She went in there and put up a great fight, but Valentina got the nod. I feel like if the wrestling was such a weakness for Valentina, she wouldn't have, or Amanda wouldn't have just stood there and traded with her for 10 rounds. They fought twice. She would have exploited that. There's a lot of ifs for Jessica to win this, but there's also a lot of ifs for Valentina to win this. It's going to be one hell of a fight. I also think that this could have the potential of fight of the night. Yeah. Just because these two are powerhouses.
I think that's why that Nunez fight was such to people a split decision where it could have went either way, and a lot of people thought Shevchenko won it. It's because they stood up and traded. Nunez didn't try and take her down really because she knew that Shevchenko was going to use the jabs and the hits. And then she was very quick. Nunez decided to make it power against speed, and she was able to pick it up because she was doing damage to Shevchenko because she has the weight advantage. She could have used the wrestling, but I think at that time she didn't do it as much as she does it now because that was like 3-4 years ago. But I feel like Andrade, the people that beat her, like you said, they have good takedown defenses. Shevchenko's, we don't know how good it is, but we do know that Jennifer Maia was able to take her down a few times with ease.
Yeah.
That's what we do know. And that's why Andrade, a lot of her camp, she's working with people to work on the takedowns, wrestling. She's getting people that are bigger than Shevchenko, and she's training with them. She's focusing on that. She's very confident with it. It's just that you got to see her do it on Saturday night. That's going to be the thing that's going to matter. It's Saturday night, not doing it now. Doing it now will help you gain your confidence and help you work on it. But she's got to make sure she doesn't get caught with the left hook or something when she's going for the shoot.
Yeah, I mean, she has to get in. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You go back to that Jessica Ai fight, right, with Valentina. Jessica Ai is a great wrestler. She tried to get in there, caught that kick. You know what I mean? It was just like, it's one of those things, like, you ever see a dead body? That was a meme after Jessica Ai got knocked out. I look back at those two Amanda fights, and had they not been championship fights and just been like fight night main events, 5 rounds, I think Valentina won both of them, to be honest with you. They were championship fights, so point fighting's not going to get you that nod. You have to do something spectacular, and she wasn't able to do something spectacular. But those fights could have went Valentina's direction. So this, I mean, I am hoping for this fight to happen, for them to win, for COVID to not get in the way. I believe both of these fighters are coming from South America. I don't want either one of them to not fight. You know what I mean? Because I want to see that Amanda fight. I want Valentina to take her be the next shot after Juliana Pena.
Yeah, I think Shevchenko's been training in Vegas right now, so I think she'll have it a little bit easier. But yeah, Andrade's come from South America.
Yeah, I know. But Valentina's fight camp originally was in Peru, I believe.
Yes.
So